All right. Welcome to episode 4 of Parkside Chat. I'm Brian.
I'm TJ.
And I'm Liz. You
I
pulled a
have the
Liz that
music.
time.
Yeah, you pulled the Liz. I have the
Well,
music playing. We can listen to the music a little bit in the background, right?
Vibe for a second.
Because I
Yeah.
know it's your
It
favorite.
is, yeah.
Just
What's your
vibe.
vibe? Mm-hmm.
So we were talking before we went live, or they were, as I was trying to stumble through, trying to get a YouTube link up to my Instagram stories. They were talking about getting a sound effect board, right?
Yeah, we can do a soundboard
Bow,
with
bow,
like
bow, bow.
vine booms and all that jazz.
All right. Well, welcome to episode 4. TJ, what are we going to talk about today?
Yeah, so the main topic is going to be all about cruise lines. We're going to talk about some of our favorites, what we've experienced ourselves. But before that, we're going to get into some news. We're going to talk about Raglan Road. We're going to talk about some airport cancellations. And then also talk about Hurricane Idalia, because she's literally right around the corner. We're going to get into it.
All right. So I am going to start us off tonight. So yes, as TJ said, um, there's a special event, and actually, Raglan Road has special events throughout the year, and we were invited over this weekend to the media preview of this event. It's the Great Irish Hoolie, which Hoolie, I looked it up. It means basically like a party with music. And so this is exactly what this is for Labor Day weekend. They start on Friday of this weekend, which is September 1st, and it goes through Monday, September 4th. I believe they also have some new menu items for you to try. We might, even though we're missing the media preview, we might be going there this weekend for brunch one day. They invited us out, so we're waiting to get confirmation on that. But I love Raglan Road, and so since I'm kind of covering foodie news, I wanted to share this foodie news with you. I would recommend, and I don't do this myself, but I would recommend, if you really like Raglan Road, stay tuned to their website and to their socials, because they are a restaurant at Disney Springs that does frequently have like special menu items or special events. So stay tuned. If you're a fan of Raglan Road, stay tuned to their socials and to their website, because you might be visiting during a time when they have a special event going on or some special festivities like the Great Irish Hoolie. So if we do go, we will report back next week on our experience this weekend. But definitely, if you're in the area and things have dried out, which I'm sure by the weekend they will have dried out from the storm, then head over to
Yes.
Raglan Road, which is always one of my top recommendations for actually anywhere in Central Florida. I'm a Raglan Road fanboy.
Yeah,
So,
genuinely, like everything on the menu is so good. Like, you
yes.
can't go wrong with anything.
I've tried a lot of
And they
things
have-
on their menu.
Mm.
What, Liz?
I was gonna say they have the dancers there too. If you
Yes.
like to watch the Irish step dancers, is really fun. They bring them up on stage or even like different parts in the restaurant. It's a really, really great time.
Yeah, it's a really it's a full like experience. It's not just dining, you get experience. There's singers, which of course this weekend there'll be a lot of singers. So definitely check out Raglan Road. Put it on your list if you haven't been out there. All right, Liz.
The Great Hoolie. So passengers in the UK have had a pretty rough day today. There was a random technical glitch or outage that has caused thousands of travelers, thousands across the UK, to have a disruption in their traveling to vacations, traveling home, work, you name it. I guess the system for like air traffic control was out for just a couple of quick hours. Quick. But the airlines and all the airports are seeing horribly significant delays. And I think this is just a good reminder for folks that even if there's no weather happening or there's no strike happening, like you could have bumps in your traveling to and from. And please get insurance. Please get insurance, because you don't want to look like these passengers yelling at this poor airport customer service agent about sitting in an airport for hours or having to pay for a hotel or not getting food vouchers, especially if you only ever book like the economy flight or the economy like price point that doesn't give you any flexibility or any movement. So update those seats and please get travel insurance to make sure if you're stuck some random destination, you're covered, you'll get reimbursed. It's just so important.
Yeah, I would say that if you are planning like that trip of a year, the big trip for the year, you're taking off work, you're planning that trip, and then it's a
Yes.
week plus trip, you definitely
Mhm.
should get travel insurance. Maybe on the domestic flights that are weekend trips, maybe it's not as important to get the insurance, but for
Mm,
those longer for those longer trips where you're investing the money, right?
yes.
Like I won't, like, to be honest, like I wouldn't don't choose the I don't choose the insurance on like a Frontier flight that's costs $50. I don't choose that
Right.
um
You're taking that
because
risk and that's
you're taking a
fine.
risk, right? But when you're
Yeah.
investing money in the time off, you don't want to be in a situation, and normally the insurance is really not that much. It's really not much.
Well, in last hurricane season when I was there visiting you guys, well, tried to visit you, I was stuck. Spirit canceled my flight, but I had the insurance. So when I bought my return trip that same morning on Southwest, that was $600. I got it
Mm,
reimbursed. So you kind of have
that
to.
is nice.
You don't know if you're planning a weekend trip 2 months from now. You don't know what the weather's going to look like.
That's a good
Do it.
pro tip, Liz. I mean,
Just saying, like,
especially with the next topic. So maybe no matter, even if it's a weekend trip, you want to take
it's worth
Liz's
it.
experience, and just get the insurance because you never know if something like this is gonna happen.
Yeah. Yeah, it was,
It's a good transition, right?
yeah, it was good. It's nice. It's nice. So last episode we talked about hurricanes and how there were four in the next to us, like in the system,
Yeah.
and one of them has actually developed, Hurricane Idalia. And so I'm gonna read some news based off of her, and then kind of do a recap of what we talked about last episode on Disney's cancellation policy. So Tropical Storm Watch has been issued for Orange and Osceola County. Both are where Disney is located. Orlando International Airport has also issued a statement warning of potential delays and cancellations due to wind speeds and rainfall expected for the area. And as of 3 p.m. today, Disney had the following listed on Disney World Weather Updates website regarding Tropical Storm Idalia. So Disney quoted, Walt Disney World Resort is currently operating under normal conditions. We are closely monitoring the path and the projected weather as we continue to prioritize the safety of our guests and cast members. And then kind of recap last episode what Liz talked about. This is from Disney's website. If a hurricane warning is issued by the National Hurricane Center for the Orlando area, or for your place of residence, within 7 days of your scheduled arrival date, you may reschedule or cancel your Walt Disney World travel trip, hotel packages, all that jazz, and most room reservations booked directly with Disney. So let's keep that in mind.
Yep.
Without any cancellation or change fees imposed by Disney.
So
Yep.
there's a difference. So there's a hurricane watch, and so that means that it might happen. A hurricane warning means there's expected. So those are two different things that we're kind of used to hearing. We also hear the same thing with tropical storm. So tropical storm is the level below. So on this thing here, you'll see that now, is it technically a hurricane? I think that
Mm-hmm.
if it's not, then it will be soon because
Just tomorrow morning.
well, it's I think right here. Yeah, I think it's a hurricane or will be a hurricane shortly.
Mhm.
Okay. And then the M stands for, when you're reading this chart, mega hurricane. And then you'll see the S, it stands for basically tropical storm. Is what the S is for. So for those not familiar and maybe who are coming from outside of the Florida region or the hurricane region, that's kind of what this means. I always look at this website. I think we call it NOAA for short, NOAA,
Mhm.
and this is the national website for weather and hurricanes and stuff. So I always look at this for my information. I don't look at the news or anything like that. I just look at these graphs and these charts. I have it saved on my phone, so I can just click on it like an app, and it opens up so I can monitor.
Yeah, I'll say like news is essential for like your specific area. Sometimes news can like overhype you and kind of make it something into what it's
What's
not.
not? Yeah.
Right.
So this is like a trusted site that I would definitely go to. And so this specifically for Adalia, we are expected to get it. We
Sorry,
are
I had to
expected
throw
to
it
get
in
it late Tuesday night, early Wednesday morning is when we should expect it.
So no matter what, it's probably not going to necessarily pass directly over us like the eye of the storm,
Mhm.
but
We might
we
get the
will.
outskirts.
We're going to get
We'll
rain.
have some rain. Yeah.
We'll get lots of rain and some wind.
Mhm.
And Disney possible might not shut down. It might not shut down. The parks,
Mhm.
Universal might not shut down. I know people are worried about this, maybe putting a delay in the start of Horror Nights, which is coming up this weekend. But I really don't think
Yeah.
the way that it's hitting in the middle of the week like this.
I don't foresee it.
Yeah, I don't
anything.
foresee it
I
disrupting.
think that'll be
Hopefully,
fine.
yeah, I think it'll be fine.
I think if
All
anything,
right.
the parks will open late on Wednesday. I feel like they'll just add buffer time
That's true.
to make sure that
Mhm.
everything is,
Still
safe and settled, and then,
Mm-hmm.
go from there.
No, auding's fault.
So go back if you are coming to the parks this week, or you're just curious about last week's episode. We did talk, funny enough, about hurricanes at Disney, when hurricanes are passing through Disney, or preparing for it to pass over through the attractions, whether it's Disney, Universal, Central Florida in general. All right, so we're going to go into kind of our main topic, and Liz looks so happy here. I don't even know this whole story. She's told me a little bit. She's told us a little bit, and I just kind of tuned it out because I knew that we had decided to talk about it on the show here. So I didn't really. I want to hear the story firsthand. But Liz got to meet some of the cast of Below Deck.
I
And-
did.
So before we get started, I watched the show when it first came out years and years ago, and so this is like the OG people of the show,
Mhm.
Captain Lee, and so this is really cool that you got to do this, Liz. So tell us the story.
Do you want the full story or the short story?
I mean, the full story.
We can talk about that part.
in 3
Okay.
minutes.
Okay, so during the pandemic, I was transitioning out of an IT job, looking for a new opportunity, and I was at home looking for jobs, and I turned on Bravo, and there was Below Deck streaming all day, every day, and I was just mesmerized. Like, honestly mesmerized. I thought, how cool that these folks get to live on boats. They meet usually some nice people, sometimes some not nice people as far as guests go, and they just have this camaraderie, and how amazing is it to feel a part of a team, right? Like, we all
Mhm.
work jobs because we need paychecks, but they all just, it seemed like they really loved each other,
Mhm.
or at least
Sometimes.
sometimes. And then as I continued seasons 1, 2, 3, the new shows, the spin-offs, whatever, I was thinking wow, it would be really fun to go on a cruise, because I've never been on a cruise at this point, and it really kind of inspired me to be like, these people live at sea, and this is a small boat, not even a big cruise ship. So I contribute at least a little bit of my passion for the cruise industry, as cheesy as that might sound, to Below Deck, because for me it felt tangible. We don't have TV shows about people working on cruise ships. Real,
Mhm.
fake, reality, we don't have it. But this was something capturable that I could enjoy, and of course, I fell in love with these 3 people. And then for my birthday this year, I really wanted to. There's a yacht here in Philly that you can charter for brunch.
Mhm.
And I unfortunately had to deal with something not so great on my birthday. So when my friend Sam and I saw that Captain Lee, Kate, and Chef Ben were coming to our little Xfinity Live casino on a random Friday night, we saw it, I think it was Tuesday of last week, and they were here on Friday. So we went, and it was amazing. It was a 45-minute, chit chat, Q&A with folks in the audience. They had some.
So
like,
how many people
iconic-
were in the audience? How many people were in the audience?
I wish it was fuller for their sakes. I want them to have a good
Aw.
impression of Philly because their only impression of Philly was staying at the airport hotel because they were
Oh.
stuck here due to bad
Oh.
weather. They couldn't get back to Fort Lauderdale and they were stuck here a couple of years ago. Anyway,
Oh.
hope they had trip insurance. But at the end, they had meet and greets. So I had to pay for it. I was like, these are icons for me. I mean, look at that smile. You have known me
I
for
mean,
10 years,
so
Brian.
I'm not even used to Captain Lee smiling that big. So
Right?
No, honestly, yeah.
y'all must have had a really nice little chat before the picture.
I think I just like squealed, like, oh my God, you guys, I love you guys so much. You have no idea. This is so important to me. But I looked through like the camera roll of like the photographer that was taking pictures, and in not one, and I kid you not, in not one are all three smiling just as big as me and looking like they want to be there.
Oh,
So
I love
I'm
it.
just saying I made an impression, or maybe they thought it was
That's
really
good.
cute. I don't know.
mean,
But-
you are looking gorgeous.
I kept all day Saturday, all day Sunday, and a little bit of today. I just keep pulling up the picture because this means so much to me and it's so cheesy. But
So they're
It really
basically
is-
are they on like a tour, like a
Yeah.
is it like a book tour? Is it just
No.
a tour?
I don't
Like
know how we booked them in Philly. I have no idea.
But what did they do?
They're not
They
on
just had
tour.
they just had a
Just
talk.
like it was like a chit chat. Like it wasn't like a TED talk where they talked about like yachting in particular. It was just like, Kate, how'd you get on the show? Ben, how'd you get on the show? Lee, what do you love about sailing? How's your wife? Like it just felt like we were in a coffee shop with them. And we were
And
just
so
like,
how many people
I
would
was
you
asking these
say?
questions.
How many people would you say?
I would
that
say
there were?
maybe like 250-ish.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
pretty good. That's
Um,
good. Yeah.
I was the youngest person in the audience.
Okay, so how much?
The
That's
youngest.
interesting to me too because
Mhm.
that's kind of interesting.
It's been on for 10 years.
Oh my
Yeah.
god,
So-
has it?
Yes.
Oh,
so
wow. I must have
we met
watched
all
this.
these folks a while ago.
I must have watched this when I was back in Oklahoma, and I watched a lot of Bravo because I was at university. I had a part-time job, and so I had a lot of downtime in Oklahoma when I lived there for 3 years. And so I probably watched this right when it started, when I had a lot of downtime watching Bravo in college.
Yes.
And I like this show. It's a fun show. I don't watch the newer seasons as much with the other captains, but
Below
I
Deck
definitely
Down
know.
Under, you have to get into.
Yeah,
I've
okay.
seen a few episodes of that.
Captain
That's actually
Jason.
really good.
But anyway, this is what sparked my love of diving into cruises, and it really couldn't come at a better time.
So
And they're
okay,
welcome
so
back
how
to Philly anytime.
how much was it?
It's a fees, man. So the tickets that Sam and I got were $55 tickets. We were
Okay.
in row J. So however many
Okay.
back from the alphabet that is.
Mhm.
Right.
By the time the service fees were paid, it was $90 a ticket.
Oof.
And then I paid an extra
Yeah.
100 to meet them.
Okay, that's
It's not
good.
bad.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Well worth it. Well worth it for me.
Well, I mean, look at those
Yeah, this
smiles.
picture
This
speaks for
picture
itself, yeah.
is so great.
It's worth it.
I'm
And you
gonna
know
get
what we
it
should do?
framed.
No, what before we do that, we need to remove that live background from it and like
And-
put you on a ship or something.
Yeah.
And kind of
Can
cut
you
some
help
of the
me with
space
Yeah.
out.
that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so easy. We could do it in Canva in like 3 minutes.
Let's do it.
All right, so let's transition this into cruising. So Liz has now been on Virgin Voyages. TJ and I have both been on Virgin Voyages. TJ and I have been on Disney Cruise. And Liz is about to go on a Disney Cruise, so she will no longer be a Disney Cruise virgin. She's going to go on a Disney Cruise this year. And then Liz is also, I think we already mentioned, right? You've been on Royal Caribbean. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through each cruise line, starting with Virgin Voyages, and we're going to talk a little bit about our favorite things about each. We're going to do 2 of our favorite things from each. And then we also have some commentary from Liz's mom, Mary Jo, who gave her input when Liz, I think,
And I
was...
think
Liz was
sorry.
talking. You were talking to Mary Jo, your mom, about the episode today. I'm guessing, right?
Yes, I was. I was filling
Okay.
her in. And I think she's watching now. She texted
Okay.
me what about the airports or the airport's closing. So
Hi, Mom.
We
Hi,
won't know
Mom.
about the airports right away. I think that we'll probably know maybe about the airports tomorrow. Is my
Yeah.
guess.
Tampa's closed early tomorrow.
Well, definitely Tampa, because Tampa's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
in the line of
Right
it.
there.
We're far enough east
In-
from it,
inland.
and inland from
Yeah.
it, that we probably won't know until tomorrow. Maybe if we know tomorrow. So all right, so let's get into it. We're gonna switch to the big screen. We don't have any supporting graphics. We're just gonna chit chat. All right, so Virgin Voyages. I guess I'll go first. So my two favorite things, and you guys can let me know what you feel about this. My two favorite things about Virgin Voyages. We've all tried to do different things. We have a list. And we I think we definitely are able to have different things because there's so many good things about Virgin Voyages. But one of mine is the no buffet. So there's no buffet on Virgin Voyages, and what that does is it helps just a little bit more sanitary. Where there would be a buffet, there are it's like, I guess you sit down and you place your order with an attendant, and then they will bring you your order, or somebody will bring you your order. So
It's like a big food court, but they
Yeah.
bring the food to you.
it makes it feel a little bit more like it's tailored to you, that things are made fresh for you. So I like that. Yeah, it makes it a little bit more elevated. And I know TJ's kind of relates to food, which he'll talk about here in a moment too. So that's one of mine. And then also on Virgin Voyages, for me, I really like the entertainment. What I say is there's no cringy like musical reviews or like Branson, Missouri style shows where it's just a bunch of cheese thrown at the wall, and like they're hiring mid-range talent, or not even mid-range talent. They are hiring good talent. It's artistic. It's not boring, I would say. I really like the entertainment. All the entertainment I've seen on the ship is very good.
I will say though, I remember like when we were doing our research for it, we watched some other YouTubers and their cruise experience on Virgin Voyages, and one of them I thought would be a little cringeworthy was some of the actors and performers would like randomly walk through the
Pop up.
hallways and do like pop-up shows like as you're just sitting relaxing. And at first I was kind of put off by it, but both experiences that we had, it wasn't anything like that. And if it was very enjoyable.
And from a distance, and
Yeah.
we never were caught in a situation that felt awkward, or that we felt
Yeah.
forced into being entertained.
Mhm.
I will say that. Yeah.
That was good.
So those are some of my things, and we're going to cover more. So I'm going to let TJ cover his favorite things about Virgin Voyages.
Yeah, so mine were definitely, one of them was pizza. I love pizza. It's my go-to food. It's my comfort food. It's so good. And their pizza place is amazing. Everything, the ingredients, the crust, it's so
Yes.
fresh. And it's not open 24/7, but it's open a majority of the day.
Yeah, you can normally get it whenever. It seemed like whenever we wanted it, we were able to get it.
And it's with room service, so it's from the same place, so you could honestly get it.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
And so, for the first time we did Virgin Voyages, we experienced the food or the pizza place, and I fell in love with it. And so the second time we went with your sister and brother-in-law, and that's the first place we went. I was like, all right, let's drop our bags and go there.
Yep.
I knew I
I
wanted
do
it.
remember you telling me that.
And I will have to say
Right.
that we went on it was experience on two different ships. So we've been on Scarlet Lady in the Caribbean, and Valiant Lady in the Mediterranean. And the pizza place was consistently good in both places. It was the same flavors. And
I will say though, they had the same like original flavors, but they do like they do specialty
Yes.
pizzas. You caught that one. Pause. They do specialty pizzas every day, which is so cool. It's so you
That is
won't
cool.
get tired of the same thing.
I think it probably came back as they were, getting more used to it. Maybe now Scarlet Lady does special pizzas every day. But that was nice that they were doing different variations or different pizzas every day that you could try, just like ice cream. When we
Oh
were,
yeah, there was.
I didn't remember that on the Scarlet Lady cruise, the first one.
No, yeah, but the second one we did with the Valiant Lady, there was a specialty one. I think it was like an extreme like cookie dough.
So every day
Mm.
there was a different special ice cream.
Yum.
It's a foodie's paradise.
Yeah, but Virgin Voyages, I think, does
Yum.
a great job. They do a better job than Disney on food, in my
I will say
opinion.
that. And then my other favorite thing was how technology forward the whole ship was, from both ships, honestly. From the rooms where you use a tablet to control pretty much everything, the elevators, as simple as that sounds, that they were very quick and
Oh yeah,
fast.
the elevators on Virgin are never crazy. We will have to
Mm-mm.
say, I have to say though that we've never been on a full ship on Virgin. It's never been a
Hmm.
jam-packed ship.
No.
So we do have to throw that in there that we've only been on ships that are basically half or less than half full.
Mhm.
So
Hmm.
Yeah, and I love
When
how
Mom and I
there's.
went,
No,
sorry,
go ahead.
go ahead. I was gonna say when
No.
Mom and I went last October, I think we were more towards capacity, and I still never
Mhm.
had
that's
trouble with
good.
the elevators.
So Scarlet Lady has been last season, or it has been at capacity in the Caribbean. But like when we
Mhm.
went on Med this year, they still
Yeah.
weren't at capacity, and I don't know if they have been getting to capacity on the Med, but I know that Caribbean was reaching closer to capacity within the last year or so. So the ship is getting a little bit busier, Scarlet Lady, but I think they're switching. Scarlet Lady, I think, is it
That's
going.
yeah, I think that's right.
Anyway, that's a whole different topic. But okay,
Yeah, and then
so
the last thing I'll say on technology is the app itself. The second you get on board, once you log in, put all your information in, it's so seamless, and you basically you'll book all your classes, you'll look up information there, and it's so easy. It's nice. It's perfect, honestly.
all right,
And
Liz.
to that, I've changed up my answers a little bit because I just want to add
Oh,
a little bit more color to things that you guys have said already.
Hmm.
To the tech piece, yes. So the app is frustrating when you're at home.
I
Nobody
would
has a great
say, yeah.
experience.
I
It's
think it's yeah
frustrating.
that, and you're like first learning it, so.
You're figuring it out.
Mhm.
It looks different. If you've cruised other cruise lines before, it doesn't feel the same. But if you give it a little bit of time and patience, things will be fine. And they release more of their schedule of events than other cruise
On.
lines do.
Oh,
So
really?
you'll get an idea of like what fills in, not everything, but
Mhm.
like my mom and I really wanted to do events with the Diva or look for bingos, and we could see all of that here in the East Coast, not at the port. Because at the port, it's
Mhm.
frustrating. You're getting in, you're going through security. Like somebody has to have their phone to be like, we need to save the time for bingo, or we need to save the time for this show, or whatever. No, you have a chance to get your groundings here a little bit.
Mhm.
And I do think that the Happenings crew with Virgin Voyages is really designed in a way that, like, if you want to interact with them and you want to get them to know who you are and invite them to their secret parties, which I tried but was not given an access card for,
Oh,
disappointing.
gasp.
Um, but they really take time to get to know the guests, and like if you get to meet the charmer and he'll do some magic tricks, or maybe he'll meet
So
you in the
what
morning for like a
to f-
recap.
to fill people in on what the Happenings crew is, it's basically the replacement of the cruise director.
Right.
So, like with Disney,
Mhm.
our experience outside of Virgin Voyages is with Disney Cruise Line, and I think a lot of the other cruise lines they have a cruise director, which is kind of the host of the ship. Like they're doing
Exactly.
announcements a lot. They are um, there at and certain dinners or interacting with the guests more. They're more like the
Like
face
the
of the
face of it.
hospitality.
Mhm.
Yeah. So
Yep.
instead, Virgin Voyages has a crew, Happenings crew of people. So that's
Mhm.
what Liz is talking about to give a little bit of
And there's like
backstory.
15 of them, and it's almost kind of
Mhm.
like a sports team,
Seems
right? Like
seems
everybody has a different
expensive.
Yeah.
role.
Seems expensive to pay
Um,
all those people.
okay. Well, we're not in their financial statements, but shout out from my mom, Mary Jo. Mary Jo's note is loving the Diva. The Diva was absolutely amazing. so patient, so kind, full of energy and like those big show-stopping moments. But then when you actually like hung out with the diva, she was amazing. So Miss Titicaca, shout out to you. You were fantastic, and we adored you.
And so, who is the
Um,
diva?
well, when we sailed, it was Miss Titicaca
No, I mean,
on.
giving people who don't
Oh,
know,
she
like
she's a drag queen,
the resident drag queen.
resident drag queen.
So no matter you're sailing, probably if you sail different times, you're gonna have a different diva, unless you're sailing like back to back and or within a close time frame. But so the diva is the resident drag queen. So there is, I think, always a drag queen on the ship. So when she's on the ship, she's the diva. But of course, when she's off the ship, she has her own drag name. So look out for the diva. I really like that. It's a lot. She has several shows, and they're all fun.
She definitely makes bingo very fun.
Oh, bingo!
See, we didn't have
Yes.
bingo on our sailing, and Mom and I were not happy. And then Miss Titicaca did it on the next sailing, and I was like,
We,
the
That's
heck?
weird.
But I
we
think it
made
was just
out
our
on
itinerary.
bingo.
We
So
did.
TJ and I have made out great in the med, but TJ also won in the casinos on our first Virgin Voyage of sailing. So if you want to win, I think TJ's the factor in there for the lucky charm to
He's
win.
your lucky charm.
That's right.
Lucky
But
rabbit's foot.
we did like we won like $600 or $800 on bingo on our last sailing.
did.
Crazy.
Yeah. I was like, let's
We
go hit
kept
up that merch
winning.
store.
We kept winning. It was almost
Shake for
embarrassing.
champagne, baby.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
did a shake for champagne.
Mhm.
Yeah, we spent most of it on the ship. We just put it back into the ship.
Yeah. So there you go.
Any more Mary Jo notes?
Yes. My mom did her first time ever of singing karaoke. So they have
Oh.
private karaoke rooms.
We still have to do that.
We have
which
not
are
yet
really
done.
fun.
That is nice on the ship. So they have like this tucked away in an alcove. They
It is very
have
tucked away.
yeah, it's very and
There's
they
like
have like I don't know 4 or
rooms?
5
Yeah.
karaoke rooms,
Different
and they're private.
sizes.
So you book. I think the idea is you're supposed to book a time slot.
You basically go in the room and they have a sign up
Like a
sheet
sheet.
where
Yeah.
you can basically
Yeah.
honor
Honor system.
Is it complimentary, Liz?
Yep, completely free. And just like TJ said, that morning by like 10 a.m. you can go over and sign up. I don't think a lot of people, at least when we sailed, knew what it was because we never had trouble. I think we went 2 times, maybe 3,
Mhm.
but at least 2. Never had trouble. The funny thing is though, so you think it's private. I'm used
you
to
can hear.
karaoke rooms
Yeah.
here in Philly.
It's
Or,
not
like-
soundproof.
The DJ is blasting music in like the lobby of it, so you can't hear the screams.
Mm,
Mm.
But we had the room right as you came in.
Oh.
And
you're putting on a show
we
for
didn't-
everyone.
We didn't realize until after we had signed up because no one was singing in the morning. And
Right.
group of girls leaves the karaoke room. My mom and I are like, but we sang our hearts out anyway. So it's
Love
all
it.
fine and fun.
So if you're just joining us, we are talking about cruise experiences and our favorite things about some of the cruise lines that we've sailed on. So welcome in. If you're here watching, let us know that you're here. Say hello. And if you're watching the recording, let us know what your favorite cruise line is as well.
why.
And why. Or if you haven't
why.
been on a cruise yet, do you want to? Is cruising for you? Do you think it's not for you? Let us know.
Do you like below deck?
Yes, we were talking about below deck. So, all right. So let's move on to the next cruise line, which is Disney Cruise Lines. We're going to chat about Disney Cruise Line. So I will go first. So my comment on Disney Cruise Line, my first one is that they are timeless ships. So the design, the exterior design for me is like really timeless. I love the look of the ships on the exterior. And then I feel like the interior, while it's not modern, it is elegant in a way, and I just like the feeling of the Disney ships. I really like the cabins as well. One of the things that I noted on here that I will add. I was gonna put it as one of my things, but I thought it was too boring. Was that I like the cabin size and all the storage in the cabin.
Mm.
Yeah, that is substantially bigger than
So I think you'll
Virgin
notice. I think you'll notice that, Liz,
Voyages.
and you'll probably
Yes.
notice that in comparison to Royal
Virgin.
Caribbean as well
Yeah.
as Virgin. Virgin, we will say the Virgin cabins are like
Little tiny.
they're a little tiny.
I do
They're
like
tiny.
that Disney has a shower and then they come over.
We're gonna. I think that that's in Mary Jo's notes.
Oh,
You
It's
sorry.
in, well, it's
From
in,
the
it's
other
in,
show.
it's in mine, but I was gonna camouflage it as my mom.
No, sorry. I didn't realize.
We will talk about the bathrooms.
You can go
So
into detail.
my other thing is the characters. I love that you can see so many characters on the ships. I'm not really a huge character guy, really, at the end of the day. Like, I don't need to
You're
stand in
not.
line. I don't need to stand in line and wait, but I love to watch the characters.
Mhm.
Like, there's something about, like, Tiana, like, spinning around.
I would say
and
if it's
love,
like a live.
even if I'm not
character.
meeting and greeting, I love to watch the meet and greets, especially with the like the princesses and stuff. It's just fun to see the interaction with the
Mhm.
guests and the princesses, and they're like right there. And yes, sometimes there's lines for them, but you're never getting the lines that you get in the park on the cruise ship.
Mhm.
And I feel like our last cruise, I felt that there were so many characters. There's more characters than I ever remembered, but that might also. Kyle says character voyeur, yes. But I also feel like when we went our first Disney cruise in 2021?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, TJ's
Yeah.
first Disney cruise.
Yeah, I was very lucky, very blessed to. I had never gone on like a cruise before at all, and then that year I went on two,
hmm
so that was pretty cool.
I think that I felt like there was a lot of characters that year because we're just coming out of the pandemic probably, and we hadn't been seeing a lot of characters. So I don't know. It felt like a lot of characters. So there's just they just add this other element to it that's really cool. So all right, so those are my two things. TJ, what are your two things about Disney Cruise Line?
So one of mine is I had it as like music, but I think I kind of want to more like define it as all of the parties, the dance parties that they have
Mhm.
on the ships, from where it's the sail away party to the ones that they have at night. I'm obsessed with Chip and Dale and them in their sailor suits. They're so cute. But just the music, but just the music overall, it's such a like magical feeling. I'm sure everyone here is like a Disney adult by some means. But I'll never forget the first time when we went on it. We were just relaxing in the room and we just put on like the info channel and the Disney music was playing in the background and I got all a little teary eyed and I'm like, oh, it's so magical. But no, yeah, the music music makes a difference. It definitely does. Which I didn't mention when we first started. We're gonna play a game that deals with music.
So whereas on the Virgin Voyages ship, like it's J-Lo every other song because J-Lo is now the queen of Virgin Voyages. On a Disney ship, you are hearing Disney music.
I will say it's
In the
a mix of
halls?
Disney and like current stuff. Like for example, the dance party at night played "Rain on Me," and I was obsessed.
Mm.
Mhm.
Up to the sky.
And then one of the other notes that I had was Castaway Key. I love their private island. I love the fact that you can just rent a bike and just ride around and do their like private trail. It was so nice and relaxing. And then I love that there's two separate beaches, one for families and one for adults. And then the adult one, we sat out there for a good bit. We saw Stingray, which normally you'd have to like pay extra to do, but he just swam up to us and it was like,
Just-
yeah, it's nice.
Chilling.
Yeah.
Nice.
Stephanie's here with Dating in Disney. Hi,
Hey,
Steph.
Steph.
All right, so Liz, what are Mary Jo's notes on Disney Cruise Line?
So Mary Jo's travel tips for Disney Cruise Line are
Mhm.
be prepared to just feel happy the whole time.
Mhm.
And I think, like I've mentioned before, like I grew up going to the parks. Disney's always been a special place for me. But the parks are chaotic, and
Mhm.
you kind of have to like mentally prepare yourself every day. Like you're gonna get up at 6 o'clock, you're gonna shower, you're gonna get your lightning lane, you're gonna and you kind of like snowball in your days. But on a Disney cruise, you can wake up. You might run into Chip and Dale in the atrium.
Mhm.
You might run into Goofy and Max on deck. Like you get these tastes of why Disney is important or meaningful to you, and then
Mm-hmm.
you can just sit and relax and drink a coffee at Cove Cafe, not with any kids
Oh,
nearby, and
that's
like
one of our favorites. Yeah.
just chill.
Yes,
Um,
Cove Cafe. The coffee at Cove Cafe is very nice.
Mhm.
and it's, from what I hear, much better than what's on board with like the dining rooms or other spots that you can get it.
It's the
Um,
Italian coffee machine
Yeah.
we use.
Yeah, the red one.
Mm,
TJ likes the red
Silencio Bruno.
espresso machine they use.
Very nice.
Yeah, I mean, there's no, yeah, like the coffee that you get in the main dining room or anything like that just is meh. So, Stacy with Star Stuff is here. She
Yes.
says, just toured the Wish a few weeks ago. Oh my gosh, their prettiest ship ever. Lots of neat spaces. That is on our
It
list.
does look
Hopefully
really pretty.
maybe we can get on the ship this year, but if not, then sometime next year we want to be on the Wish.
Yeah, early 2024.
Let's
Yes.
go next year when we can get our travel agent rates.
Yeah. When it's a little warm.
If they come back. Because
I mean, that's how I'm sailing in October. I got a TA rate.
Because nobody wanted to go on.
Well,
Anyway.
jokes on them because it's sold out now nearly. Anyway, and then the Mary Jo / Liz note is, I love the fact that most of their cabins have 2 bathrooms, so one with a WC and a sink and one with a shower and a sink. Virgin's bathrooms are very pretty, but not a lot of room to like get ready or kind of get ready and go on for your day or have you and your partner get ready. And then same with Royal Caribbean. Like you walked in and it was like pillbox shower. Like it might be TMI, but like I couldn't even really hardly shave my legs in there. And then like you're right at the sink. So I think it's nice, especially with so many families cruising, you could be getting your kid bathed for the day in a tub, and then someone else could be in the other room if they need to be.
So, Kyle, we're going to come back to your comments. So, because I want to add a note on this. So, yes, the bathrooms on the for Disney cabins are really nice. Very nice. And Stephanie is saying very small bathroom on Virgin Voyages, which is absolutely true. The cabin is small.
I was going to say there's not enough counter space.
The cabin is small, and the shower is, or excuse me, the restroom or the bathroom is small as well.
They really took the approach of, you're not going to spend time in here. We're going to make it pretty. And it does look pretty, but you're not going to spend time in here. So the tip is go shower at the gym.
So that is my pro tip. So my pro tip is when you're sailing with, and I've sailed my first 2 or 3 sailings on Disney Cruise Line was Disney, and I was with friends. So I was not with TJ. I was with friends. This is before life before TJ, and so I was with Chloe and Lynn, which Chloe and Lynn are actually now on.
Right.
They just sailed
They're
out
on
today
board.
with
Yes.
Gigi with their dad. So they're out at sea right now. But anyway, so when I did that, the girls would be sleeping and I would just get up in the morning, did maybe gym, and then right after that showered and took my stuff to shower in the locker rooms, because then you have a full shower. Like you're not bumping into anything. I'm not interrupting them. They can get ready, at their own pace in the room, and then we meet up for like breakfast or whatever. So pro tip is you don't think that you have to shower in the room. The thing with Virgin Voyages is, and this is really just a Disney Cruise Line tip, because Virgin Voyages doesn't have that. You don't have those locker rooms.
They don't,
yeah. So, and you can't use the spa either because of the way the spa.
You have to book an appointment.
Yeah, you can't. You have to book an appointment anyway with the spa. So yeah, that's a pro tip on Disney Cruise Line. If you're going with multiple people, and you're not,
or if you're really tall.
Yeah, or if you're tall.
That too, yeah.
Or you don't want to step over into the tub, like if you don't want to be in a confined space. There's a pro tip. So I'm glad you brought that up, Liz, because that's in the past, when I sailed with friends, that's what I would do. I would just, scoot out. Plus, I'm an early riser, so that way I just left and did my thing because I am an early riser. So.
You are.
All right, so Kyle says that our first cruise is going to be the inaugural Lighthouse Point
Oh
cruise
snap!
in
Amazing.
2024. 2 days at Lighthouse Point, which is Disney's new island. Is that correct? Am I saying, is that correct, Liz?
Yeah.
And 1 at Castaway. That's a good itinerary. In fact, I know Chloe and I believe Lynn are booking a sailing like that. That might be the same sailing that
Yes.
they're going on.
Oh.
And she invited us to do that sailing as well. So
So
maybe
we might be hijacking.
we might
We might
have
see you
to,
there.
we have to might do a down payment on that cruise, Kyle, as well. So maybe we'll see you
It's
there.
gonna book quick. So
Yeah.
getting
Okay.
gear.
We'll
Save
look
my-
at that tonight and
Save
see.
my coins.
We'll look at that tonight and see
You-
what the deposit is.
The beauty with most cruise lines, I think, if not all, is that you can put a deposit down and
Mhm.
then you don't have to pay in full until 120 days out.
That's
so
right. Did you hear
for
that,
those
Stephanie?
sailings later,
Mhm.
for those
Steph, you could
sailings
go
later,
too.
let's go.
Let's do it. Yeah, we could
Mhm.
just put the deposit down and start making payments.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So, Kyle says ready for all the beach.
Let's
All right.
go.
So Disney Cruise Line. So I will sail on Virgin Voyages again. Stephanie, we're doing Disney Cruise next year in June that goes to 2 days at their new island and 1 day at Castaway, their OG. We're gonna look at dates, but it's a
And
year.
Nassau, I think.
Oh, we just stay on the ship in Nassau.
No, we'll go to the Blue Lagoon.
Okay. We will look. Oh well, Kyle just put the dates right there.
Thanks, Kyle.
So Kyle put the dates in the chat. And so, yes, Stephanie, this is 3 days. I think we should just do a big. Can we? We should talk about a group.
We
rate
need to do
on
a
that.
group cruise. We need
Yeah,
to
we've
do
been thinking about doing.
Disney
a
doesn't
group
really
cruise.
do group rates like you think they would. Other cruise lines do better, but we can chat.
Stephanie says agreed about Nassau. Stay on the ship, girly. So once you get off the ship, I've been off the ship twice at Nassau.
We haven't been there together.
No,
Mm-mm.
once because Lynn and I got off to go get our passport stamped, and we actually had to go find and say, hey, we want our passport stamped, because they won't do it. It's not like they stamp it as you get off the ship, but we actually got our passport stamped with the Nassau or the Bahamas stamp. And then the second time I got off is because
do that.
my sister and brother-in-law had gotten a mug from the Starbucks in Nassau, but it broke, so I went to go buy them a replacement mug, and that's
How nice of
why
you.
I got off the ship just to go to Starbucks at Nassau.
That's cute.
But Nassau is, y'all.
All right, so we're getting the group rate. Liz,
Okay.
tell Matt.
Yeah,
Matt, if you're listening.
Matt's downstairs listening right now.
Mhm.
Wait for the 3-second delay for a what?
Yeah, so Steph says, felt so overwhelmed with the vendors, etc. Very pushy, in my opinion, on Nassau. So yes. Is Matt saying things over there?
He just said yes downstairs.
He just said no. He better say yes.
No, he said yes.
Okay.
No, the trick with Nassau is to not get off and walk through the chaos. Is just to get off and go on an excursion.
Yeah, I would be interested to check out whatchamacallit. What's that hotel? Atlantis? Yeah. You can buy day passes to Atlantis. But what's the Blue Lagoon place, Liz, that you're talking about?
I really enjoyed it. It was a half-day excursion, so we did end up going back to port and walking through town just a little bit. Private lagoon, like literally like cut into rocks. So they had one side that was adults only, and then another side that was like for kids with water sports, and it was all in food, free Bahama Mamas. I was living life.
Very nice. Nice.
Matt got a bad sunburn the day before at
Oof.
Coco Key, which we'll talk about in a jiffy. And so he wasn't very happy to be out in the sun. So it was perfect that we had a half day there because we were ready to get back to the ship.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So so that's a good transition, because I think
Yeah, it's the last one.
was that? Yeah. So let's talk a little about Royal Caribbean. So please, Liz, tell us a little bit, because we've never done Royal Caribbean. I mean, it's on my radar for things that we want to do, right? I mean, we would be open to it. We just
One of the
haven't.
newer ships, yeah.
Yeah, we haven't done Royal Caribbean yet. So tell us about your experience on Royal Caribbean.
We sailed Royal Caribbean April last year, so it's been over a year. But what Royal does really well is sort of like a low barrier of entry. So like their prices are really nice. Like the sailing that Matt and I had, it was 5 nights, 6 days, and I think our veranda cabin was like $600. So like sticker shock, you're like, whoa, that's really cheap. They had a promotion going on. It was for like the holiday season when I bought it, but I think they're really family friendly. They have a lot to do for adults, and then it does more of like an a la carte perspective, where like if you want to have fine dining, you can sign that up for a certain night and pay extra for it. Versus a Virgin, which fine dining is included. But all that to be said, what I think they do really, really well are their onboard activities. So they had lots of trivia, lots of bingos, lots of things for families and adults to do, couples to do, singles to do, you name it. But they also do things like zip lining on their ships. So if you want to go from bow to stern, you could do that. If you want to watch an aquatic show, like you're at SeaWorld with no animals, but with humans, like they have these incredible shows within pools of water. Or if you want to go ice skating or ride go-karts, they have these like mega ships that are truly floating cities that have anything that you could possibly want to do on board. So I really enjoyed that they have options for entertainment for folks. And their private island, Coco Key, is also really nice. There is a water
really
park.
Nice.
There is a full-fledged water park on the island. You do have to pay extra for that, but the standard island access, where Matt and I went, was amazing. Multiple spots to get food, places to get beverages. They even have like a little mini shopping mall section, so you could still get some like Bahamas branded merch. No Starbucks on the island though. But it was
Sorry, I can't go.
it was
Okay.
really a great day. And we went in April when it was cold and windy, and we still really loved it. Just because
So is
there
it
was
a
so much
rush to get,
do.
like, when you get to the private island, is it like a rush to get seats, kind of? Like, do people go crazy about that?
It's probably similar to how Castaway feels.
Mm-hmm.
They do have a tram that will take you around the whole island. Matt and I did splurge and get a daybed because I need shade.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't want to follow those rules
So how
that
much?
day.
How much was it?
The daybed was $199.
That's not
Cheapest
bad for
I've
a whole
ever
day.
seen. No,
Yeah,
whole
that's
day.
not
We
bad for
still
a whole
had
day.
we had an attendant that would bring us drinks with our drink package.
Mm-hmm.
It had a cooler with ice and waters, and we were right at the edge of the beach in the adults only section. So for all of those pieces, I was
Mm-hmm.
like, yes, worth
I
my
mean,
money.
the Disney cabanas, Castaway, the cabanas are.
Good luck getting one. There's no chance. Like,
Well, because the thing about getting one is you really can't get one because the concierge has first access to it. So by the time it opens up to a guest that's not in concierge, I mean, you are kind of, you're out of luck, basically.
Match just texted and reminded me, thanks, honey, that we did get up pretty early that day because I was like, let's go. We got to get to the beach. We got to make sure we check in because I didn't want them to like release the daybed to someone else
Uh-huh.
because I need my shade. And so
Right.
he says we got there at 7:30. We did not get there at 7:30, but people definitely started to come around after like 10 a.m. I think people went to the water park and then started to go to the
And then you
beach.
go to the beach. So
If I had to
Stephanie with Dating Disney just said the Virgin Voyages for the cabana, which like 600, which we didn't even look. I didn't even look at the prices. That's crazy.
They are expensive.
That is
Yeah.
so crazy.
Yeah.
It's too much. I think
And
that.
that's not even the Rockstar ones. The Rockstar ones are more.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's too much. Like I don't need it that. I don't need
And
it
not
that
for
bad. Like,
not for their
yeah.
beach. I love their beach club at Bimini, but not for there's
not
no
for 600.
space.
No, yeah.
There's no
Not for
space.
600. No, we ain't paying that. Well, like I don't know, like I don't like I said, I don't necessarily have a favorite between Virgin and Disney. I think that for me, there's positives in both. I do feel like kind of my final thoughts is that the best product that Disney parks and experiences has right now is Disney Cruise Line. I mean, there you can't beat the experience that Disney Cruise Line gives you. Of course, you're not don't have any rides or attractions, but you get that full Disney experience of immersing yourself within Disney, and it's just a great feeling you get. Like Mary Jo and her comments to you today to relay, it's just like you're happy the whole time, and you definitely do not want to get off the Disney
No.
ships. So that's my thought. Like I just feel like if you haven't experienced the Disney and you're a fan of the Disney parks and you go to the Disney parks frequently, maybe it's time for you now to try out like the best Disney product that there, in my opinion, that there is right now, and that's Disney
Yeah.
Cruise Line.
Mhm.
And Liz can help you make those arrangements with
Yeah, let me know.
with Liz.com, powered by Star Stuff Travel. So yeah, let Liz know. She'll get you a quote for it and get you on your way. Whether you want to do Virgin Voyages, Liz is also like a pro on Virgin Voyages. She's a pro on Disney Cruise Line, even though she hasn't sailed yet. She'll be sailing this year. And then she can book Royal Caribbean or MSC or whatever cruise line you want to book.
4 short weeks I'll be on Disney
Oh my gosh,
Cruise.
that's so soon.
Well, I
What
guess
ship are you gonna be on?
5. The Dream. I can't wait.
Right, nice. All right, so any other final thoughts on sailing before we get to the game? And then everyone who's here right now, there's 6 people watching. Y'all better you better play the game with us because I gotta play it, so y'all better be playing it too. Any other final cruise comments?
No.
Okay. All right. Well, if you have any questions, we are here to help. So you know what cruise lines we've sailed on. So if you have any questions in the future, you can comment on this video, the questions, or you can DM us on Instagram and we are happy to answer questions. Our number one thing is that we're here to help you. So, use us to get your questions answered. We're here to help. All right. So TJ's got a game.
Yeah, so kind of going back to my comment on Disney Cruise Line as far as like the music and the vibe, this game is gonna kind of incorporate that. So this game is called DJ for a Day. And so basically I'm gonna ask questions or cover a topic and you're gonna give me a song based off of that.
Hmm.
You ready?
I guess I'm ready.
Yeah, I expect yours to be a lot of J-Lo.
Wow.
We'll be
I think you might be
fine.
surprised.
Okay. All right, so we're gonna do
Let's
8
see.
questions. So the first one, what is your favorite Disney ride soundtrack? I'll let you guys answer first.
I'm gonna say
Buzzin'.
Haunted Mansion.
Ooh, okay.
I just I love the Haunted Mansion. So Pirates of the Caribbean, yeah, it's all right, but I like the Haunted Mansion. But I like the Haunted Mansion, I think, a little bit better. So everyone was watching you. Y'all better put in your comments. So what's your favorite Disney attraction soundtrack? Like music from an attraction. But I like Soarin' too. I like Soarin'.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that's a good one.
My
Why'd
song
you give
doesn't
that
exist
face?
on. No, my song doesn't exist on an actual Disney attraction yet. Do you remember what it is?
No.
Something that's not done. Oh.
Oh my gosh. Well, that's not a ride.
Imagine if they
but
put
no,
that
if I
on
had-
Remy's. That'd be so funny.
But if
All right, I'm gonna.
if I had to choose, I would choose Golden Dream from the American Pavilion. I love that song. Or
Okay.
the Canada song.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you know what song I loved was Illuminations. The exit
get
song
me
of
started.
Illuminations.
Oh, yeah.
Now the Illuminations show itself, it was time for it to
We
go.
on,
Yeah, but the song, the exit song for Illuminations.
we go on.
All right.
I got vibes. or chills, rather.
So what about you?
So for me, mine's like an actual song. And people are putting it in the comments as well. Well, not to say that those aren't. But
Wow.
Mine is from Guardians of the Galaxy, and one of the songs, I think there's like 5 or 6 tracks that they do,
Yeah.
but mine is Everybody Wants to Rule the World. And
Okay.
for me growing up, that was the song that my mom played during the summer when we were driving like down the beach, and it just brings back so many good memories of like family
How
vacations.
cute.
And so the first time I heard that on that ride, normally like any fast ride, I'm like tearing up because the wind's going past my face.
He tears up on
But I
those rides.
But I was actually genuinely like tearing up because it brought back good
Oh,
memories.
you never shared that with me.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's nice.
I love that.
So Matt, I'm gonna go through the responses here in the chat. So Matt
Mhm.
said Guardians. So he didn't say what Guardians.
Oh, he logged into YouTube. Way to go, babe.
He logged into YouTube. He didn't say what Guardian song, or but he likes the Tiki Room as well. I'm gonna go through these really quick. So, Dating in Disney's Carousel of Progress. Love that. Love that. Kyle's Mission Breakout. That's over in DCA. Nice. Love
Oh,
Mission
yeah.
Breakout. Do they have multiple songs of Mission Breakout, or is it just one track? I don't
I think
know.
it's
Yeah,
like one
multiple.
or two.
Stacy, I'm guessing this is Stacy and not Mike, but Stacy saying Carousel of Progress.
That is a catchy song. Yeah, that's a classic.
And Kyle says,
Yes,
OMG
Kyle.
Canada. My husband sings it from open to close. Oh my gosh.
No,
Steph with Dating in
good.
Disney also is saying Wishes, which, yes,
Mhm.
loved Wishes.
Wishes.
Let's see. And I think that's it. And Matt's saying Any Guardians. And Kyle said Down the Ocean, you mean?
yeah, I was saying down the beach. Well, you can actually drive on the beach in Daytona, so
Or
Okay.
Down the Shore. That's
All
on
of
the
the
Jersey
above.
Shore, though. Doesn't
Okay.
count.
All right,
All right,
next
next.
question.
all of the above.
If we don't, then this will turn into a 2-hour episode. Okay.
Okay, so the next one is favorite song before going out on a Friday night.
But you have to sing it. That's the new rule for this game.
Oh no!
Wake up in the
absolutely
morning
not.
feeling
Okay.
like
gosh.
P. Diddy.
So I think Beyonce sampled this. I don't think she didn't do the whole thing, but I love Get Me Bodied.
Okay.
And I love the remix version, the extended version, which I think is like 8 minutes or something. That's one of my favorites. All right. That's my...
What about you, Liz?
Oh, I already sang it. Kesha.
Oh, that one. Okay.
I love me some classic Kesha.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
That was fun.
But that's like
mine
me in college. So it's old school.
That was me in high school.
Don't even say that.
So what's yours, TJ?
Mine's Beyonce too. Off of her new album Renaissance is Pure/Honey.
We heard it live.
Never heard it.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna move on here.
Pause. No, you did not just say that.
I have
Wait,
not heard.
don't
but
sample
one
it.
song.
No, I'm
You're
not
gonna
gonna-
sample it. Okay, you're gonna send it to her.
No, I was gonna sample it. No,
All
He's
right,
gonna text
so
me angry things.
no, I was gonna do
he's gonna
the Vine boom.
he's gonna block you. All right, so Steph says Jay-Z, Big Pimpin', and
Ooh, okay.
Steph said for Denny, who I'm guessing is watching too. Hey Denny, is Alan Jackson's Good Time.
Mm.
And Kyle says obsessed with New Jeans, Super Shy at the moment. I don't even know what this.
We'll have to listen to
What
that,
is
yeah.
that?
I'll have to put it on the list.
So
Yeah, we're
I was
gonna
gonna
have
say
it on the
before
list.
we start, all of these, this is kind of like take notes because you can add it to your playlist and get some new music. Because I love doing that. I love getting
Yeah.
vibes from people and getting their type of music. So Kyle, I'm definitely adding that one. I'm gonna listen
Yes,
to
we're
that.
gonna have to listen to the. It's K-pop.
Oh, K-pop.
Okay.
Yes.
I gotcha. I actually do listen to K-pop, so I'm not versed in it, but I know of it. So
We went into a K-pop shop in New York,
York,
City. Yeah. All right, next one.
all right. So the next one is "Song for a Sunny Saturday Morning." What do you think?
I'm looking at my
Uh,
phone for that one.
I would probably say a Church's album.
Ooh,
I
okay.
don't know what specific song I would say, but just like one of their albums.
Okay,
Yeah. All right, next.
I'll go.
You go
'cause
next,
I have
TJ.
Yeah, I have mine in my head. Mine is actually Ariana Grande, "Be Alright," because it's just such a bop and it's catchy, and it's a good message.
I would pick
Kyle
any
says,
Four Seasons song.
Any Four Seasons song?
Like the resort.
Like Frankie Down.
Yeah,
Four
like
Seasons.
that makes me think like I want to check in the Four Seasons.
No, like Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons.
Okay,
Okay.
Grandma.
I didn't say anything.
Kyle says sitting on the dock of the bay.
Okay.
Are you
Anyone
gonna give
else?
Kyle a hard time from his response because it's the
I
same
mean,
era?
I'm being polite. I don't know Kyle.
I respect and appreciate Kyle's choice.
Matt says Frankie Valli. Denny says Love and Marriage by Frank Sinatra. I love me some
Okay.
Frank Sinatra.
That's a good answer.
Yeah,
I like that.
I love me some. Yes, I'm a great grandpa.
Amazing.
All right, next.
All right, so this one is going to get us in our feels.
Oh,
So this one is, Steph said Uptown. That's a good one. I love
That's a
that.
good one. It's like a
So
good
this
driving to the
one,
mall song.
yeah. This one is going to be your favorite slow dance / wedding song.
so TJ handed me this list before, so I could, because I don't like this. It's too much pressure to try to figure out the songs.
You should have playlists ready.
I don't have playlists ready. I used to back in the day. I used to like organize all my playlists, and I don't have time for that anymore. So, but
So what is your favorite slow dance?
I don't know if this is probably not. I don't know if there's any good Sade song that would be good for a slow dance wedding,
Yeah,
but because it's a little bit more.
I thought you were gonna say Kelly Rowland.
I
That
do
one
like.
song?
There's one
Yes,
song of
Steph.
Kelly Rowland that I
Was it
love.
This Is Love?
Yeah, This Is Love. That's a
So-
good song.
So fun fact, we both, like, when we first started talking / dating, we would send each other songs about. It was kind of like what you do back in the day when you would make mixtapes for each other.
Yeah,
But it was
Mhm.
just the modern age. We would send each other songs, and that was one of the songs he sent.
yeah, and I also like that song by
What's her name?
her
The
son.
actress. Oh
No, Diana Ross's son.
Oh yeah. Okay.
That one
Mm.
song.
Who's now married to Ashley Simpson?
Yes.
That one?
Mhm.
He has a.
Oh, that's
really
her
good
grandson.
song.
That's her grandson.
No, it's not her grandson. I thought that's her son. Maybe it
No,
is her
Diana
grandson.
Ross's daughter is the actress from Blackish. I'm blanking on her name, but it's her son.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway, whatever his name is, the one song that I think he's released a few, but the one that is prominent, I love that song.
So what do you say, Liz?
I love Steph's answer of everything. I, in my brain, when you read the question, I went to like, what
Oh.
would I dance to at a wedding?
Oh yeah.
Oh, Matt, that's our wedding song. Great job, honey.
Oh.
But my
Great job,
my
you
cho-
remembered.
my choice was I Loved Her First by Heartland.
Do I know that?
I feel like
You
I've heard it
wouldn't
before.
know that one.
Oh, okay.
You wouldn't know that one. But any other country fans might know what it is.
So I'm gonna run through everyone. So Matt says, "I hope you dance," which however you would emphasize how Matt typed that. We already said Steph's is Everything Michael Bublé. Matt also says Can't Help Falling in Love. I do love that song, and there's some really good variations,
Like renditions of it, yeah.
renditions of it.
Mhm.
And then Kyle says Zach Brown, whatever it is.
Okay.
Great.
All right.
Well, I didn't answer mine. So mine, and I already told Brian this would be our first dance song. POV by Ariana Grande.
Mm.
Mhm.
I don't have any choice.
He doesn't have a
Fresh.
say in- He doesn't have a say in the matter. So.
I don't.
Precious.
All right.
Mhm. So our next question is gonna be favorite workout song.
So I was just listening to the Missy Elliott Essentials playlist.
I was just thinking of her today too. That's crazy.
That's funny that you would, because you know what? Who was talking about it? It was on a podcast. Somebody was talking about Missy, and I was like, I love me some Missy Elliott. No, it was Trixie and Katya, I think. They were talking.
Oh, yeah.
Trixie and Katya were talking about Missy Elliott, and on their podcast, I was like, I stopped their podcast. I was like, I feel like listening to Missy Elliott, and I love Missy Elliott.
Get your
And,
freak on.
Her
So
music videos. I was thinking about that on the way here. I was shuffling through all my music, and one of her songs came up, and I was like, her music videos are so
iconic.
They're iconic, and they're like all the the choreograph of it is just like amazing.
Yes.
Back
So
then,
Liz,
people cared about music videos.
Yeah, when they came on
They, like,
MTV,
really
and
tried.
I would. Back in my day.
All right, so Liz, what's yours?
I got to give it out to my local Philly people. I choose Meek Mill, Dangers and
Okay.
Nightmares. Dangers and Nightmares? Strangers and Nightmares? What is it?
I love how we just don't know. We just saying. We just don't
Dreams
know.
and Nightmares. Dreams and Nightmares by Meek Mill. Give it a
All right,
listen.
TJ.
So mine is I have like a whole like 100+ songs in my workout playlist, but one of them that's been on repeat a lot is Megan Thee Stallion, Pressurelicious.
Never heard of that one either.
Future in the Future.
Mhm.
I feel like you've heard it, Liz.
I feel like
I
with
feel like
Jazz,
you-
I probably heard it
You probably have, yeah.
because she only listens to Meg.
So Kyle says Dua Lipa, Physical.
I love that song.
Love that. And Stephanie said that her and Denny had to hop off. So
Hi guys.
they love. Thank you so much for joining us.
Mhm.
And then Matt says double bass heavy metal.
Polyphia.
Paul,
They are
thank
they
you,
are
Liz.
actually are really good. If they'd also be good for like Sunday driving music. Like they're good.
All right.
All right, so
Last
this one's my favorite. What's your favorite Ariana Grande song?
Is this the last one?
No.
Okay. So my favorite Ariana song is Just Like Magic.
Okay.
What do you mean? Okay.
No, I'm saying because you do like it. So
I love that song.
Right
That's a
on
good
me.
one, Matt.
You know me?
Okay. And then mine is so hard because all of her songs are just chef's kiss. But
You really do
I would,
love her.
I really do. She's everything. It's so hard. One of them would probably be God is a Woman
Mm.
because the message is like women empowerment and the music video is amazing. And then just the song and the beat is so good.
It
All
is
right,
good.
let's see. All right, so Kyle says Seven Rings. You're going to say yes to any song
Exactly.
anybody's put.
Exactly.
Does she have new
Uh,
music coming out? Or do I
she
just keep
just-
seeing her on my socials for
So she just had a 10-year anniversary for her album Yours Truly, and she re-released it along with some live renditions of it.
oh, okay.
So yes,
Okay.
my heart is full.
And Matt
As
is
long as
not
you're
answering
happy.
that question, I guess.
No, he wouldn't.
Oh, gasp!
He would- No, that's what the Macklemore answer is. Instead of
Okay.
Ariana Grande. Or Macklemore.
Okay. All right. So next question: favorite song on repeat right now. So what's your most recent song that you listen to more than once?
I'm gonna
go to my phone to
tell me.
How do you even know on your phone?
Go to your
Or just-
library and then there should be a playlist of top 25 most played.
On my on Apple Music?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Where is it? It's probably the rain sounds.
Honestly.
Or the white noise.
White noise.
Mm.
Because we go to sleep to white noise every night.
Mhm.
Okay, so where do I go?
If you go to your library
Yeah, I'm in there.
and then choose playlists and then scroll almost all the way down to the bottom of the
Okay.
page, it'll be top 25.
Top
most
25
played.
most played.
Mhm.
Yep.
So you're
White noise, white noise.
Liz. How about you go?
All right, so number 1 is Sail Away from the Jonas Brothers' new album, followed by Maggie May
Okay.
by the Beatles.
Okay.
So I'm
I
not
do
gonna
love that song.
list my top
Static.
my top like 5 or 4 or 5. So the first one that's actually like an artist is Adele, Easy on Me.
Ooh.
Who hurt you?
You better not.
Me, probably. Good
I
job.
just love Adele.
That was a
I
good
love Adele.
answer.
I love
Yeah.
Adele so much.
She
so.
does have an amazing voice. I want to see her. in Vegas.
Did you see the video of her fans standing at the show in Vegas and everyone
Mhm.
kept coming up behind him to make him sit down? And she finally was like, "You're enjoying the show. Keep standing. Don't listen to them." I'm paraphrasing, but it was amazing.
Mhm. Yeah, he was just living
really
his best
nice.
life, and they were
Mhm.
trying to be like, just sit down. I'm like, well, no.
And
paid
he
for his
wasn't-
ticket. Like,
It wasn't like he was like screaming or jumping around. Like he was pretty
Mm-mm.
motionless, but just standing, and everyone
Mhm.
around him was standing. But she called
Really?
out security, was like, he's fine,
Everyone
leave
else
him
was
alone.
standing.
Like around him in his section, but the people behind him were mad.
Mm.
So mine, most recently played on repeat right now, is Victoria Monet. Her new Jaguar 2 album. She also
I really liked. We listened to that. You were listening to that the other day, and I liked those tracks.
it gives like a 70s Motown
Yeah,
vibe.
it was very
Cool.
It was kind of chill in a way.
And she also
Very nice.
co-wrote Seven Rings with Ariana Grande.
Very nice.
Ariana Tieback.
Tied it all up.
All about
Tie it all
Ariana.
up.
Mhm.
And Kyle said that his Spotify Wrapped was all Lizzo.
Nice. I do like that.
Nice
Are we
job.
still good with Lizzo, or what's happening with her?
I think we are.
I think for now we're cautious, but I'm still listening to her. I don't really give
Yeah.
unless there's like proper
Documentation,
and
recorded
documentation we're good.
footage.
Yeah.
All right. So the last question for this game is song you know word for word. So if someone just put on a karaoke version and you weren't looking at the screen, you could nail every word.
I Want It That Way by the Backstreet Boys.
Ooh.
I don't know. I'm sure there's a J Lo song.
Name any J-Lo song.
Probably
Baby Got Back, that's a good one.
Jenny from the Block. I mean, for sure, Jenny from the Block.
That's a good one, Kyle.
Mine is honestly any Ariana Grande song, but for the sake of the
We could have
question,
made a drinking
But
game.
TJ
for
hardly
this.
ever sings along to songs. Sometimes
I
I'll
don't.
catch him in a moment, like, but I'm like, it's very rare to catch TJ like even humming along. He must do it when I'm
Yeah.
not here.
I probably in the car by myself.
Never.
Well, we got
You don't trust me enough?
okay. We gotta do karaoke. You gotta get me drunk enough.
I've never seen him drunk enough to do that.
No,
He's very
but-
modest.
For the sake of the question, I'll say "Thank You" next. The song.
To me,
What?
you said I'll say thank you next.
No, the song that I know word for word.
Very nice.
Kyle says waiting for tonight. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, waiting for
Whoa.
that is like that music video.
That
Talk
was-
about
yeah.
music videos. J Lo was the queen of music videos.
She
in her
was. Yeah,
day.
she put something out like all the time.
In her day, she was the queen of music videos.
Jenny from the Block. I always remember that one. That was
Yeah.
a good music video.
Yeah. Oh, I have I think I have a playlist. I also have a Beyonce playlist. I need to update the Beyonce playlist for all her music videos on YouTube. So, J Lo had amazing music videos.
Janet Jackson had some really good music
Yep.
videos too.
Janet too. There was a different time.
Yeah.
It
We
was.
sound old.
different time.
We sound old.
I don't even know. I don't even watch music.
Exciting.
I don't even watch music videos anymore.
Well, back
Well, I'll
then
do
you
for- I'll
couldn't
do for
watch a music
specific
video on
ones.
Yeah.
your phone.
Yeah, they were all on MTV, like on
It was only
VH1 and
MTV.
stuff like that.
You had to catch TRL at 3:00. That was it.
All right. Any other ones?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, that was good. That wasn't. I like that I got to listen in advance, so I can be somewhat prepared. So I appreciate that with the music. We can play this again, I guess, as long as you continue to give me the song, the lists in advance.
It was the time before TJ was born. Probably.
No, I remember.
No, you were probably just watching Arthur and not
No.
TRL.
I don't remember TRL. I didn't watch that, but I do remember like music videos premiering on MTV. Like I remember when "Lose Control" by Missy Elliott came out.
And he's only 6 years younger than me. I mean,
and
it's not
I
like he's
lost my mind
that
when that
young.
music video would come on.
Okay, Tej.
All right. Well, thank you guys
Yeah, thank you. This is
Cute.
for coming in. We have 7 people watching still. Y'all are watching us still? Oh my gosh.
I want to thank the fans.
Yeah, I want to thank you guys for like
Thank you,
sticking
Kelly.
around for rambling, and thank you to Matt for logging in to YouTube.
We're so proud of you.
Thanks for dating in Disney, and Kyle, thanks for coming in and hanging out with us.
Yes.
So let us know what you want to hear from us in terms of episode ideas. Let us know.
I think next episode we
oh.
might do a sneak peek of Halloween Horror Nights.
Well, not a sneak peek, a full
Full
reveal
recap.
of what.
Spooky.
So we are going to Horror Nights on Friday night and Saturday night this week.
Mhm.
So we're looking forward to that.
And a surprise, Liz, we bought you a ticket and we're forcing you to go through one of the houses with a body cam in front of you so we can get your reaction.
That would be hilarious.
What is this, the Ellen Show? Absolutely not.
That's hilarious. And then, yeah, so we'll probably talk Horror Nights.
Mhm.
We might go to Raglan Road this weekend, so we might give it a report on Raglan Road brunch for next episode. But if there's something specific that you want to hear, we do have some guests in mind that we're going to be bringing on, but we're kind of still figuring out our rhythm here,
The schedule.
our vibe. We still having mic challenges, so let us know how you thought the mic was tonight. Because we're literally using, for me and TJ, we're using the webcam mic.
Where we have microphones, like
We have, but they're not working.
This one.
So, but it's not working. So, we're figuring everything out. So, thank you guys for hanging in with us,
Yes.
and please join us on Patreon. We're going to be doing our first giveaway on there soon. We're going to do a Halloween giveaway. Probably announce it next week or the week after. We got to get the merch that we're going to give away on our Patreon. It will be a public giveaway on Patreon. So, but if you are a member of our Patreon, you'll be automatically entered, where everyone else will have to manually enter in, because legally we can't close the giveaway to just people within our Patreon. We legally can't do that. So it's a public Patreon. Or public giveaway on our Patreon. And we want to thank our producer of tonight's show, which is Stacy Cabell from Star Stuff Travel. So thank you for being a Patreon member. We appreciate that.
Yay. I didn't know she was a producer already.
You
That's
didn't know?
amazing.
Yeah, she was our first. So
Amazing.
please join our Patreon, and you can be a producer as well. And of course, if you're looking to book your next trip, please visit planetwithliz.com, and Liz can get you a quote for your next adventure.
That's where I thought you were going with that. That's why I did like big eyes, because I was like, "Ooh, it's me." But then,
No, Stacy was our first Patreon member.
that's awesome.
So,
Thank
yes.
you, Stacey. Very exciting.
All right, so until next week, guys, we'll see you, and be safe with this potential storm coming if you're in Central Florida. And we'll see you
Adele
guys next week.
Dazeem.
Okay. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.